So just before the Eagles' Christmas Day matchup with the Giants, A.J. Brown delivered a very emotional and powerful message to the city and fans that makes it seem like the Eagles are sure to bounce back in a big way. But to do that, the Eagles and Nick Sirianni may have to make some big changes to what some have dubbed a high school offense. Also, rookie Kelee Ringo has been very impressive, and Darius Slay has taken notice as he praised the former Georgia Bulldog. And speaking of rookies, this Eagles undrafted rookie may be getting his first NFL start this week, so will he be ready? And overall, will the Eagles be ready to come out and get this crucial win versus a division opponent on Christmas? Well, we're going to talk about all that and more news in this video today, so let's not waste any time and get straight into it. Okay, so with Christmas being just a few days away, the Eagles are hard at work preparing for what really feels like a must-win game against the Giants, because after losing 3 straight games, the Eagles gotta find a way to get things fixed before the playoffs get here, and we know they'll be here before we know it, and the Eagles know that too, and they also know just how important these final 3 games are. So according to A.J. Brown, the Eagles have already adopted that playoff mentality as they prepare for the Giants on Christmas Day.
The mood of the team is we're in playoff mode. You know, we're focused, we're dialed in, we're working. You know, most importantly, we're not just sitting here talking about it. You know, we're working and we're challenging each other and we're holding each other accountable.
Again, like I said yesterday, while this does sound nice, I just need to see the Eagles actually go out there and actually bounce back, because talk isn't enough at this point. But hopefully this so-called playoff mentality gives the Eagles an even greater sense of urgency after 3 straight losses, and they can bounce back down the stretch, and obviously that starts this week versus the Giants. Now, the Eagles did get some pretty good news ahead of the matchup as DeVonta Smith was back at practice on Saturday, and he confirmed to reporters that despite missing the first 2 practices during the week, he's going to be out there against the Giants. So drop a like down below for that. But with that good news also came some bad news, as both linebackers Zach Cunningham and Nicholas Morrow have missed practice all week, meaning that the Eagles' 2 remaining linebackers have to be ready to step up in a big way, and those 2 guys are the newly acquired Shaq Leonard and undrafted rookie Ben VanSumeren. And VanSumeren is interesting because all season he's pretty much been a non-factor. He's only played in 6 games where most of his action has come on special teams, and he has just 2 tackles in those 6 games, so he's really a huge unknown. Now, VanSumeren was one of those undrafted rookies that were lucky enough to remain with the Birds after he played pretty well in the preseason and performed well during training camp, as during the preseason specifically, he led the team in total tackles with 26, and in the 3rd and final game, which is really the only game where he actually got a good amount of playing time, he led the team with 17 total tackles, so there were definitely some flashes from the rookie there, which allowed him to make the practice squad at the time. But I also do think that a huge part of him actually earning that spot was his crazy potential, because VanSumeren is a guy who is super athletic. He put up some insane numbers at the combine, and if the Eagles do develop him correctly, he might be able to turn into a decent player for them in a few years. But that's just it. VanSumeren is a project. He just started playing linebacker not too long ago in 2020 while he was in college, so him now being forced into a position where he very likely is going to have to start on defense on Christmas is definitely not ideal. That being said, Nick Sirianni seems to be pretty confident in Ben's ability should he have to play.
He's continuing to progress. And you really see his athletic ability. It's on display, and that, you know, he started off on practice squad. We wanted to get him up because of his ability, you know, his athletic ability and how that can contribute on special teams. And now you're starting to see it play more and more into how practice looks in games. And so we're really excited about his progression and the things that he's done.
I don't know. It's definitely nice to hear Sirianni say those things about the rookie, but you wouldn't expect anything different from the head coach. So I guess we'll see how VanSumeren performs if he is thrown into the fire on Monday. And what do you guys think? Can the undrafted rookie hold his own? Now, getting back to some injury news, slot cornerback Avonte Maddox has been officially ruled out for the game on Monday, so he won't be making his return this week, but we do know it's going to be soon, and he actually got to speak to the media about his nearing return on Friday.
The best feeling in the world. I don't know. You know, I love playing the game. I mean, I respect the game. I love playing with them guys, and you know, when I'm out there on the field, it's just, you know, I wouldn't rather be anywhere else than there. So, you know, anytime I can step back on the field, you know, it'd be a big smile on my face, and I'd really be having some more fun.
So I'm definitely glad to hear that Maddox is ready to make his return, and hopefully it can be versus the Cardinals because this defense needs him. And Darius Slay knows this, as he recently said that he thinks Maddox is going to make a huge difference when he eventually does make his return.
How much difference do you think Avonte can make if he...
Oh, man, a lot of difference. You see the difference he makes when he's not there. So he can make a lot of difference because of a veteran presence. You know, been playing that position a long time. Nickel, man. Nickel is one of the hardest positions on the field because you got to be a guy that can, a linebacker that can cover. and run. So that's what he basically is, and Tay is the perfect match for that. He's one of the best nickels in this league. So it's great to have him back out there, man. I can't wait to get back out there with him as well, so we go out there and have some fun.
I definitely gotta agree with Slay there. I mean, all week I've been saying how huge I think it's gonna be for the Eagles to actually finally get Maddox back. Now, of course, the return will not be this Monday, but regardless of when he does end up returning, it'll no doubt be another huge boost to an Eagles defense that seems to be trending up. And a big reason why they are trending up is the performance of the young guys, and that includes the rookie 4th-round pick Kelee Ringo, as the Philly dog did not allow a single catch in his first start last week, and he also actually had a pass breakup on star receiver DK Metcalf. Now, the rookie's performance, whether it be in the games that he's played in or in practice, has caught the attention of multiple of his Eagles teammates. We know that weeks ago, A.J. Brown had said that Ringo has the potential to one day become an all-pro corner, and now recently, it was Darius Slay's turn to heap praise onto the rookie.
Oh, he played great, man. Played fast, played physical, made a couple of tackles, couple of nice play on DK on the out route. So he got a great chance of being a great player in this league, man. So it's my job too, for sure, to make sure I get him to be that great player, because the better he get, the better we get. And so you know, he got a God-given talent of being 6'2", run like a gazelle, you know. So he got a great opportunity to star in this league.
So it's just awesome to hear Slay say that about Ringo, and it's also nice to hear what Slay said earlier in that clip about how it's his job to help Ringo develop, because again, that shows leadership from the captain, and with this dumb narrative that Slay's a bad leader going around, it's just really nice to hear him say stuff like this, and it's also really nice to see Kelee Ringo performing so well, so hopefully him and the defense can continue to build on their performance from last week. But meanwhile, for the offense, they'll just be looking to rebound from what was a terrible showing last week. But as this article written by Ben Solak of The Ringer pointed out, there are going to be no easy fixes, and he actually kind of exposed the Eagles offense and got to the root of what the problem has been all year, and it's definitely not good. So we're going to get into that and more in just a minute, but real quick, I want to say, if you're enjoying this video or finding it informative in any way, and you're part of that 75% of people that haven't done so already, make sure you go down and subscribe, and also really importantly, turn on notifications so you don't miss any other Eagles updates just like this. I think that's a win-win for the both of us. I mean, I get more people watching the videos, and you don't miss any other Eagles coverage just like this. And also, while you're at it, make sure you drop a like if you are enjoying the video. I'd greatly appreciate it. And now with that being said, let's get back into the video. Okay, so this article titled "The Philadelphia Eagles Offense Looks Boring and Broken, There Are No Easy Fixes" is pretty fantastic. It goes into great detail on why the Eagles offense just doesn't look right this year. Now, I'll put the link to the article down in the description so you can go check out the whole thing if you want, but essentially it just explains that this offense, as we've been saying, is just way too simple. So simple, in fact, that it resembles that of a high school level offense, with Solak writing, quote, "Gun, spread, no motion, simple route trees. If any of you went to a high school football game this year in your local area, that's probably the offense you saw." And the article explains how this is literally all the Eagles offense is. I mean, the receivers run very basic routes. They don't ever really use pre-snap motion or motion at all, and the offense is almost exclusively run at a gun, because the Eagles want to be a QB run team. They want to utilize Jalen Hurts as a runner, and gun is the most effective formation at doing this. The problem is that Hurts isn't nearly as effective running the football this year as he was last year, probably largely because of injuries. Now, the article also details how they've really been limiting the potential of Jalen Hurts, because what they've essentially done is just turn him into this pre-snap read, point and shoot type of quarterback, rather than actually allowing him to read a defense on the fly, which is something he did a lot more last year under Shane Steichen. Which brings me to the final overall point of the article, which is that under Brian Johnson, the Eagles are still trying to run that Steichen offense, but without the mastermind himself, and they're trying to make it even more simple, and it just hasn't worked out for anybody. As the article states, quote, "Hurts looks like a quarterback who is not interested in or equipped to make good post-snap decisions right now. He's accustomed to pointing and shooting, and a Steichen offense that last year created great conflict for opposing defenders, and with an elite cadre of pass catchers, he could do just that, press the A.J. Brown button and pick up 15 yards. In the current Johnson offense, the Eagles are becoming even simpler and even more polarized. Their spread rates, shotgun rates, and motion rates are all more extreme this season than they were last season. They're trying to make the easy buttons even easier, but defenses have caught up to the gag." Now, I could go into further detail, but that's basically just the gist of it, and again, I highly recommend reading the full article if you want the full story. But essentially what this all means is, this is the coaching staff's fault, and they just gotta make some big changes if they want to get these things all fixed and have the offense operating at an elite level moving into the playoffs. And that's a really daunting task considering how late we are into the regular season. Now, after the loss to the Seahawks, Nick Sirianni said that the Eagles were open to making some schematic changes to get these issues fixed.
We have to have the right answers as coaches to put the guys in position to succeed, and then we have to go out and execute.
but it starts with us as coaches to put them in positions to succeed. And so if that means changing up some schemes, if that means changing up, like it did with the coordinators on defense, then we're going to do whatever we need to do to right this ship.
Man, I just really hope Sirianni and the coaching staff can really take a long look in the mirror and see all these issues and at least try to get them fixed. But that being said, this late into the year, I just have a hard time seeing any drastic changes being made, but I guess we'll see. Now, the coaches aren't 100% to blame for the Eagles' offensive struggles. The players have definitely had a hand in it, and they just have to execute better, and A.J. Brown actually detailed exactly what the players are gonna have to do to get the offense fixed.
Get right, I think, protecting the ball, finishing in the red zone, and just continue making plays. The normal things. You have to take care of the ball. You have to take care of the football. You have to keep drives going, convert on third downs, and, finish in the red zone.
So like you said, the Eagles just got to focus on all the normal things, and the offense will improve. And this week, they got to be locked in and working hard to come out and have a bounce-back performance from a really disappointing showing last week. And I'm definitely confident that A.J. Brown and the Birds are going to do that, because even though, yes, like I said, talk is cheap, I don't know how you can hear this emotional message from A.J. Brown and not feel like a bounce-back performance is coming.
I pride myself on being the best, and, when the game was on the line, throw me the ball. So when things don't go my way, it's okay. Sure, put it on me. Put the blame on me. I accept that. Too much is given, too much is required. But I know for a fact, we working our tail off. Like me personally, I know I'm working my tail off. And I'm trying to do whatever I can do to help this team win. And so that's where you see the little frustration that comes in and stuff like that, because I know I dedicate my life to this, and I sacrifice spending time with my own family for this game, to be with my teammates to win games, so it means a lot to me. It means the world to me. I told Amor on the way home when we got home 7 in the morning, I'm damn near crying on the way home. It means a lot to me, we feel the frustration from the city. We feel that, we want to do it for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Most importantly, we want to do it for our teammates, our brothers. We going to war with. We working hard. We giving blood, sweat, and tears to this game. So fans, I don't want them to think that we don't care or we not trying our best. We got a standard and we trying to uphold the standard. We don't want no excuses either. We 10 times harder on ourselves than anybody can be on us. Because we the one going into work. We doing this. Not to preach and stuff like that, but.
Dude, I absolutely love what A.J. Brown said here. I mean, you can just hear the emotion in his voice. You heard him say he was almost crying on the way home after the Seahawks loss, and I love that, and it shows how much he cares, and I think him saying all that just shows a great amount of leadership, and again, I don't know how I can't be confident in a bounce-back victory this week after hearing that. So for this game, I mean, the Giants are not a good football team. They've had some nice moments with quarterback Tommy DeVito, but the Eagles should win this game. Now, you never know with it being Eagles-Giants. It's always been a crazy rivalry. A lot of these games come down to the wire, but after 3 straight losses and that message from A.J. Brown, I'm going to take the Eagles to win convincingly by a final score of 34-17. But what do you guys think? Give me your score predictions down in the comments. Now, I do want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. I mean, I'm just so grateful for each and every single one of you that tunes in, watches these videos week in and week out. It truly does mean the world to me. I mean, when I just look at all the support you guys are showing on this channel, it's truly amazing, and it's honestly changed my life. I really, again, do appreciate every single one of you guys. So again, Merry Christmas to all of you, and let's just hope that the Birds come away with a win so we can have it be a perfect day. Now, if you want more videos just like this coming in the future, make sure you subscribe and also turn on notifications so you don't miss any of them. Also, drop a like down in this video if you did enjoy and want to show some support. And if you want to watch another video talking about the report that came out yesterday on how the Eagles are internally concerned about Jalen Hurts' leadership, which, spoiler alert, I think that's BS. You can go check this out right here. Now, with all that being said, that's pretty much all I got for this one, guys. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.